journey, and I appreciate that because I'm in the position that I'm in now
I can
because
hear
of
you.
it.
Okay.
You feel
I got
me?
another question real quick. Yeah, I feel you on that. I got another question real quick. If you can, I remember you were saying earlier that if you went to Carbonation and you was like wanted to speak your mind, right? What would you change about the whole format of how things are?
Good question. I would first of all, I would change the leader. First and
Okay.
foremost, that's the number one thing you got to change, the leader, because
Okay.
the leader is what sets the foundation. The leader
Mm.
is what sustains the mission and keep the mission going. If you got a fucked up leader, you're gonna have a fucked up mission. So we need to
Okay.
replace the leader. And I'm not here to say who that leader is, but it should be a more righteous person. And we all
Okay.
know what that means. A person who has pure intentions to not harm nobody and treat thy neighbor how they want to be treated and keep it moving and bless the earth. You feel me?
Mm.
Okay.
And that's just as
Okay.
simple as it get. The leader. That's it. Everything else is gonna change once we change the leader.
Right.
Mm. Okay. 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 I
And
got you. I
and,
got you.
and I want to add to that because somebody said everyone is their own leader. I agree. I agree with that to a certain extent with everybody being their own leader. I feel as though that every everyone might have an idea about how to go about living their life, you know what I'm saying? But there are certain people that's in hierarchy positions to help other individuals get to the point that they want to go get to. This is why we have jurisdiction set in stone because in each jurisdiction or in each county, in each parish, in every city of every state, there's somebody in council that guides these people. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So of course the leaders are going to be selected cosmically to fulfill that mission or that goal that they have established on that nation. But until then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a general idea of what they want to do. Some people do it alone, and some people click up. You know, people have
Right. Right. Right.
their own choice about how they want to live their life. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's how I feel about it personally.
Okay. One more question before I'm done. Um, just say that you was there and you got rid of the leader, right? Just say that happened. You got rid of the leader. How would you strengthen the sisterhood within carbonation? What methods and what strategy would to get the bonding tighter?
Well, this was something that I was trying to implement while I was in carbonation, which failed drastically due to the fact of the leader. Uh,
Okay.
I always had a vision, even if I was in a group of men and women, it doesn't matter the gender. What matters is humanity. So I've always had a vision of creating, like, you know how we have a tradition, right? We have traditions, and I'll give you examples. The examples we have today:
Okay.
Easter coming up, uh,
Okay.
Mardi Gras, Christmas, um, Thanksgiving, shit like that, right? Traditions that we naturally have as humanity. I thought about implementing more personal traditions within a tribe, like within a family, a more social setting to bond people together. There are bonding activities that you can do with other individuals to get to know them. This was something that I always wanted to do within the carbonation aspect with the women, but Nature Boy never allowed me to because see, when a man is in a situation with multiple women and he's playing all of them against each other while they're also in and out of relationships with other men at the same time, it becomes a
Right.
very toxic situation where you can't even produce. You can't even build a bond because the bond is being destroyed before it can even be created. So,
Okay.
with that being said, in order to have a healthy environment for a woman to even build another bond with another woman, a man cannot even be a factor at all unless down the line those both of those women decide that they want to be with that one man, both on one accord. You feel what I'm saying? Shit get deep.
Right.
It get deep.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you have to have a stable environment where there's no friction, no tension, no toxicity for anybody to build a relationship or a bond with somebody else. And I've considered activities, like for instance, when everybody was giving me that jury online, everybody was giving me jury, I actually took
Mm.
those beads that I had, including the shit that I purchased myself, brought it to carbonation. This was when I left to go back to Panama to be with them. I
Okay.
took all that jury and I gave it to the women and I said, let's create. I'm tired of going back and forth from man to man, and I'm seeing you have a baby, don't know the baby. I'm tired of that shit. Nature Boy was in agreement. Two weeks later, 2 weeks later, he's sleeping with all the women. He doing this, he doing that. And you know what the women are doing? Being unproductive. Because now we're
Mm.
confused sexually,
Mm.
mentally, emotionally. We can't
Right, right,
bond. We
right.
can't build a relationship. And that's what it's always been like in carbonation. And every time I've tried to get it up off the ground, he pushed it back down. He
Hey
shoved it right
Velvet.
back in my face and said that I couldn't do it.
Hey Velvet.
Okay.
Real quick, Syrian, be careful with showing a knife on Cam.
For sure. Okay. But yeah, that's my also my personal opinion about that as well. Now, I bond with women now today, and I do things with them. I go to nature with them. I do yoga with them. I paint with them. I talk with them. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of stuff with women now for me to build a connection with another woman genuinely. You know,
Right.
it's without the influence of nature boy.
Okay. I got one last question, and I gotta get out of here.
For sure, MD.
Just say what you say.
For sure. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. One last question. Okay. Say what was I getting ready to ask you? What was I getting ready to say? Oh, okay. Say you get rid of the leader, right? You with a righteous leader, right? And say, do you feel that the woman should have the power into bringing people inside carbonation or inside a situation like that, like some type of screening for who you are? Because women think a lot different. You know what I'm saying? They might be more, tapped
I
into the
feel
emotional and all that.
yeah, I got you. One of
Okay.
the main arguments that me and Nature Boy had surrounding polygamy was the fact that I wasn't able to screen people who was coming in because every time, MD, you hear me?
What's up? I'm listening to
Every
you.
time, every time I told him, don't let this person in carbonation, he let him in and some fuck shit happened. Literally. Whether
Mm.
it was him or them. It was something that shouldn't have been done in the first place. We wouldn't be deported in the first place if you would have listened to me. If you would have listened to what I was telling you to do, then you wouldn't never did it. We wouldn't be in this circumstance. He said, you know what he says to me? You need
What?
logical evidence. I need facts. Motherfucker, sometimes everything about ain't about facts. I can feel this shit
Right,
is happening. I'm
right,
prophetic,
right, right,
nigga.
right.
If you can't take my heat and my power, then I don't know what to do with you. I don't want to be with you because you can't listen. You can't
Right.
listen to my intuition. So now I'm feeling stupid sitting on the
Mm.
side because now I told him that this shit went wrong and without facts, without something that I can go pull up on Google. And he said he apologizes to me, then do it all over again. So my question to your answer is, I believe that there should be an equal decision making on both parties as the woman and the female to allow anybody to come into your space because it ain't just about me. I could tell somebody, we could be in a relationship together. I could tell you, let's let this person come in. You could be trusting me, like, yeah, let's let this person in. 9 times out of 10 or the whole time you probably not even get along with the person, but because you believed me and you had faith within me, you felt like it could work,
Right,
but it still couldn't. But if your opinion would have mattered in the process and you would have did it with me, then 9 times out of 10 we probably would have booted her out. Because like, if you don't get along with her, I'm not gonna fuck with her. You see what I'm saying? I don't
right,
give a
right,
fuck
right,
how
right,
much
right, right,
I fuck with her. I fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? I'm
right,
with
right,
you.
right,
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But at the end of the
right,
day, there needs to be a balanced agreement. There always has to be a balanced agreement because if it ain't balanced, it's gonna always be unbalanced. Period.
right, 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 right. One more thing I thought of, and I really gotta go. Okay, this
You men and
last thing.
women, I personally feel like men and women should bring their minds together to create a more righteous and balanced society. Even if you had
Mhm,
gave women power, like all the power, say for right now, like right now men have
mhm.
all the power in our society, right? Say for instance, if
Okay,
you if we just switch that power over to women, it's going to be
right,
certain imbalances and extremities are going to be created because it's not balanced. You have to
right, right,
balance this shit. And Nature
right,
Boy
right,
is
right,
not about balance, honey. He ain't.
right, right, right,
Mm.
right. Oh, okay, one more. Okay,
That's
this is
my
the last one.
personal opinion, though. That's my personal opinion.
Hold up,
Right,
MD.
right.
MD, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because I keep seeing in the comments that they're saying you always be on Nature Boy's panel. Are you for him or against him?
I'm against. I'm against. I'm more about female empowerment. I'm against.
All right. All right.
Definitely, 100%.
For sure.
100%. What I do is what I do is
These
this.
are
What I
some
do.
good
Just
questions, though. I appreciate these questions, MD. Go ahead. Ask your last question.
Okay, my last question was my last question is, do you feel that in that type of environment, again, just say you recreated another one, right? Do you feel, and you have a righteous leader, do you feel that there should be um like a STD screening? Like, because a lot of people's coming from, like, why you say like Babylon, you don't know what they have, you don't know what their situation is, but yet they come and do it freely. They can, like how you said, somebody had lice or whatever. Somebody could have the heebie-jeebies. I don't
There
know.
should
Somebody got a
always
crash.
be there should always there should always be a medical approach to everything you do, because if
Okay.
you don't make sure what's going on with the other person, if you don't thoroughly make sure what's going on with them, anything that happens to you, because it falls back on you and they become a liability. I don't need none of that shit around me. My only obligation is my health and the health of my child. Do you understand?
Right.
So when
Right.
it
Right.
comes to, I've considered getting drug tests and drug screenings for women who was coming in who he wanted to sleep with, but he didn't care about that. He don't care about what they got. He just sleep with people. It don't
Mm.
matter. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh. Yeah.
but on my own terms, yeah, I've told him, like, I've asked him to go get STD screening and carbonation. You know what I'm saying? He says that he doesn't believe in it, and on top of that, like the shit that he doesn't have medical attention for, period, is what really bothers me, because how how serious it is for a woman to be in a or be pregnant and to give birth
Right.
to a
Right.
child. So why aren't you giving these women medical assistance at any point in their pregnancy? You can't just
Mm.
send a woman to a doctor one time and then expect everything to be all right. Nah, like, you gotta
Right.
actively, what I'm saying, make sure, because this is why we created the medical system. We created the
Mm.
medical system because we came across complications and we found a better way to deal with it so people would stop dying, so we could preserve the human race. This nigga is trying to be an extremist and eradicate that shit, which is causing another extremity in society. And if everybody was to follow his ideology, we'd be wiped out just like the dinosaurs. Cause we all
Damn.
be flying dead up in this motherfucker because from famine and fucking disease and plagues and shit like that. Or we'd be real fucked up listening to this nigga.
Right. 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 Right.
But
I
yes,
got you.
I agree. We Those people need to be getting all anybody, everybody needs to make sure that they are properly taking care of their health and actively go and get themselves checked just to make sure, because the last thing you want to do is walk on the earth unhealthy. This is why I've made the decision to live the lifestyle that I'm living and choose to eat a certain way, live a certain way, be in a certain environment, be around certain people, because I know that it has an effect on my physical body. And um not to mention, before anything gets physical, it gets mental. So
Mm.
if my mental is not in a healthy environment, my body is not going to thrive. You see what I'm saying? So I personally take all the precautions to make sure that I'm healthy mentally, emotionally, physically, even if that means for me to go talk to somebody and get some help, because I feel like I'm not being listened to, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
I make sure that I'm good because I care about myself and I want myself to be happy and I want to
Right. Right.
thrive.
Right. Right.
I want to thrive.
Right.
I don't want to
Right. Right.
perish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I got you. I
Mhm.
got you. Can I ask one more? Can I ask one
Oh,
more?
this your
One
last
more.
star.
Okay, my last question. My last question. My last question. Okay, my last question. Okay, say
For
we over
sure.
there again. You over there again, right? And you making them adjustments, and this is kind of like important. What would be the qualifications of a male going to carbonation to be around the righteous leader? What would be your qualifications to be able to help the righteous leader on that aspect?
I feel like you can't get to know somebody. You can't get to know somebody over the internet.
Okay.
I feel like you can't get to know somebody in 2 weeks. You feel me? I feel
Okay.
like you can't get to know somebody in 2 months. So when
Okay.
it comes to recruiting people to live in your society, it can be very tricky, because somebody might seem like they think like you and they want to do everything that you want to do, but in all actuality, we all have certain characteristics, personality traits about ourselves that we need to fulfill. So we might be together for a year, but because our journeys are headed in two different directions, because I feel like I need to do something different than what you're doing, making a decision for yourself, we might split ways. So
Mhm.
at it can get a little tricky when you're saying like like what type of quality somebody needs to be close to, somebody of importance. I feel like anybody could be close to somebody of importance as long as their personality and their decisions aren't affecting that other person. They have all the right to be next to somebody and learn from them, be inspired by them, move with them, walk with them, visit them, have a relationship with them. You don't necessarily have to stay. You don't necessarily have to devote yourself completely and totality to that unless you actually want to do that. This is why people get married. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because they completely want to devote themselves to each other. But if it ain't that, if it ain't a situation where both of them want to completely devote themselves to each other without no fuck shit behind closed doors, then you know what I'm saying? It could vary. You see what I'm saying? It
Right, I got you. I
varies.
got you. I got you. All right. Thanks for the
Yeah.
time. Thanks for the time. I'll be back soon. Okay.
All
I
right,
For
appreciate.
one
sure,
more.
MD.
Thank
I
you.
All
We'll
right
appreciate
then.
it.
holler at you one more. We'll holler
Great
at
All
you
right.
one
job,
Thank you.
more.
Mandy.
All right
Awesome.
then.
One
Later, y'all.
mo.
That nigga named one more,
Later.
but
Chatty, you
I wanted to
immature.
say something real quick because I had saw something in the comment box, and
For sure.
people was like, fix your face, because I the reason why my face was like because pieces is because people said someone said about my locks, how Nateri is still a part of